Well, I'm back with more DIY bodyworks and wellness tips. And as always, I love to feature my publication, I Touch Myself and I Like It. It is a DIY self-massage, acupressure, reflexology, and Wealth-flex-ology journal recorder. And I'm feeling guided today to just share with you just some general basis for self-massage using the foot, and also some reflexology, maybe some acupressure. So basically I'm just going to allow myself to be guided to what I'm going to share today. But I'm just going to start off with just lotioning my hands here. So, and who knows, may get into some hand reflexology too. So just allowing this to sort of just be open. Just an open session for well-being, and just, see where we're guided. I know there are a few areas on my feet for sure that need to be worked out, and I spent some time actually this morning doing some self-massage for my feet, and a little bit of reflexology, and actually a little bit of acupressure came in as well. But I knew I would need to come back and spend more time in some particular areas, but I just want to allow this to be open. So it's really cold where I am right now, so you probably hear the heater in the background, maybe, but maybe not. But just making you aware. So let me start lotioning my feet. I'm actually going to go ahead and do both of them. So we'll just see. Right. So I'm gonna take just a few moments just to be present. Just to be present. I know some initial areas, like I said, that I will work on, but I just want to just see how I'm guided. So let me just lotion off my hands here. So prop my feet up here, you can see. So yeah, I'm just allowing myself to be guided here. Alright. So I'm going to do some deep breathing. I'm going to invite you to do some deep breathing with me, even if you aren't working on yourself. Deep breathing is just phenomenal for your total well-being. Have to have our breath, right? Without that, cease to exist. So let's take 3 deep breaths, please. All right. So I'm going to start with my left foot here. And this is in this area, which I was having really on both feet earlier. Just a little bit of discomfort, a little tenderness, and I'm actually starting to feel it again. And what it's making me most aware of is the shoes that I'm wearing. It's time to make a shift and to switch, because I normally don't have discomfort going on, in these areas, so to speak. But yeah, I'm just thinking that it's the shoes I've been wearing, and though they haven't given me any issues before, it's just time to either get some new ones, or just to make some shifts, or to double up on my socks or so, because something's going on. So I'm just spending time here. So I'm actually rubbing what would be a little bit under the adrenal section here, under the big toe. But I'm coming down here in this area here. So if you can see that, just working on both feet, just rubbing. Not necessarily doing the reflexology aspect, but yeah, just doing some rubbing here, just in this area here. So you can see that. Just making some circles. So I was guided to really start with my left foot, so that's where I'm going to be a little bit more intentional, at least for the time being. So if you can see right here on my foot, at least, I mean, I have a little foot, skinny and bony, but there's a indentation here. And so regardless to whether, no matter what size your foot is, you should be able to feel that, or at least in this area. So I am going to just spend some time just working in this area here. So you can see that. And I invite you to join in with me if you feel guided to. Just take time, be present with your body. Just being present here, even with my feet as I am just working this area. Just bringing awareness to what I wasn't aware of in terms of, what's going on here. I've been guided more so lately to do a lot more of these foot massage videos, and one of the reasons I believe so is because a lot of times people are trying to get into the DIY work, for themselves and start that kind of practice. And the self-massage, at least for the feet for sure, is one of the most least intimidating ways to, to really get started. And so yes, I've been guided to really spend more time here. So I'm going to turn my foot. You probably won't be able to see what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to work in there just a little bit deeper. So let's put my feet back here. Another thing I've been really guided to do is just to allow you all to be really in just some sessions that I do, on myself, and not necessarily have an agenda, so to speak. Is like now I'm coming in doing this, and I know that I need to give myself some time. And I was aware earlier I would be coming back to do another session with myself, and so I'm just, being in the moment and just allowing the guidance to show me how I need to best support myself, during this time. And so as I'm getting those promptings, I've just been feeling guided to just allow you all to be, with me, during these times. And so right in here earlier, I was working, you can see that actually in another video, I'll make sure I have it linked. I was having some discomfort in the valley areas. And so I worked on those, and it felt really, 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 really good. And I knew I would have to come back. And now that I know what's going on, even with, the shoes I'm wearing or so, or just however that's not supporting me the best at this time, I'm going to come and spend a little bit more time in this area, because down in here is where I'm feeling a lot more of the tenderness. And I actually had worked that out. So just coming in here, it's kind of nervy. I can even feel like in the back of my foot here, it's radiating in those areas. So I just need to, I just need to spend some time. Spend some time here. I'm going to work both sides. You won't be able to necessarily see from that angle, but this is what I'm doing as I'm working just in the valleys, And this one particularly, because over here I worked out earlier, and there's nothing going on here. It's, no tenderness, no any of that. It was just really this main area here, and actually this area here feels pretty good. I mean, there's, from here over, it's really just this valley. On the back of the foot, that would be considered zone 1 in reflexology. I'll just say it's the top of the foot, zone 1, so to speak. Yes, in this valley. Going to do a little liver 3 here for acupressure. I love doing this here. It's stimulating. So just gonna come in here a little bit more, and sometimes also too, the floors that we walk on can give us some challenges as well. Sometimes you have to put those shock absorbent pads in your shoes, because it's just interesting how You know how things happen. So yeah, spending a little bit more time. A little bit more time in here. Let me come over here. Keep working in here. Going back to that area there. Okay, so I'm going to be a little bit more present here because I'm feeling like going deeper here on this side, or right here. Take some deep breaths here. Oh, I so need this. I'm sure several of you do as well. And it's good to actually give yourself regular foot massages, even if you don't have anything going on. You know, it's just a way to honor, support, and pamper yourself. But also it just allows you to be in tune and in touch with your body. And when you're spending the time, sometimes you can become aware of discomforts or just different things you weren't aware of because you weren't taking the time out. You know, everything doesn't always sound off with alarms and bells and whistles. And a lot of times it's best if you can't get out ahead of that happening before pain actually becomes really, you know, obvious. So you can catch it in some of the more subtle stages of just touching and just saying, ooh, I had no idea that I had that going on. It just lets you know it's building up to something else. And again, just become aware. So yeah, it's spending some time here. One of the things that I point out in terms of even with when you're working kind of in the valleys is that there typically is always going to be some type of tender spot sometimes because, you know, the bone is meeting where the bone's connecting here. Yeah, it's just sometimes you'll feel something, and it doesn't mean that something's wrong. Like in my case right now, there is some discomfort, and because it has returned so soon, again, it's just making me aware. It definitely is, you know, the shoes or the flooring is, you know, not as supportive anymore. So either way, some decisions have to be made, obviously, for me. But meanwhile, I have to do what I need to do in terms of to best support myself. Have to walk, right? So, yeah. But I mean, I don't mind rubbing my feet as often as I need to, you know. It's that's why, you know, the publication, I touch myself and I like it. Yeah. But it's just more so just, you know, the overall well-being. You know, some people are kind of intimidated by the process, but, you know, me, because I've had to do this work for myself and literally, some of you don't really know my story around this, and I've shared about it a little in other videos, but I have literally had to save my life. This work has saved my life. I always say a minimum of 4 times, you know, and it literally is so much more than that because of being so challenged with environmental toxins and different things. I'm also empathic too, so some highly sensitive, well, most empaths are sensitive to other people's energies and different things like that. Mine is not so much in that area, but I am very sensitive to objects and to, you know, to things, environmental stuff. So I get challenged, you know, with that. Even when I'm taking the best care of myself, it can be a little something in the environment, whether it's a little bit of mold or different things. And so I'm kind of highly sensitive, you know, to those things. And which also can be flooring and different things like that. So yeah, and with those challenges, like I said, it caused definitely some disruptions in a lot of areas with organs and immunity, you know, and everything. And it's been this work here of me doing this work on myself over the years that has kept me alive. The Lord is good, for sure, to have led me to, to this work, and then to be able to share this with other people. And the inner healer really is within, and this wonders what you can do for yourself, being divinely guided, even more so than physicians, And certainly not saying don't use physicians, for sure, because they definitely have their place. But there are some times where you need to be source sufficient and allow that source power, that divine power, to work through you to stimulate, your well-being. So yeah, I'm spending some time over here because wow, I mean, it's but I always feel so much better, as I'm doing, this. But I knew I would have to come back and definitely spend some more time. And so I'm going to press here and do some deep breathing here. Okay. So right in here, if you all want to join me, if you're not already, let's just together, let me show you this. Come to the center, of your foot here and just start kind of peeling out. Let's get this blood working here, get it flowing. Feeling guided to work in a different way in terms of actually working directly on some areas where the discomfort is just, shifting the energy. So I'm going to actually come down. So let's go down. We may do this over the whole foot. I'm feeling guided here. Yeah, so let's do that. Let's actually come up to the top now. And yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah. All right. So I'm going to spend a little time on my heel here. I'm going to put a little bit of lotion on my ankles. I'm going to work my ankles a little bit here, because you work your ankles, it really helps to relieve a lot of the tension in other areas of the body. So let's do some rubbing here. Kind of the back calf, lower area, upper ankle. Spend some time. I'll just do one hand for right now. Yeah, this doesn't have to be hard. And it doesn't have to be long either. I'm spending time on myself, obviously, today, because there are things that are going on, for sure. And just want to make sure that I'm taking care of myself. Even if I have to do several sessions, or mini sessions, or however on myself, I will do it, because my well-being is top priority. So never be too busy, for your well-being. So let's rub here. Yeah, I get right in here and go back to doing that. Yeah. Yeah, I can feel that working and stimulating a lot of places. Okay. So I brought up being an empath. So I'm actually going to do, let me reposition myself here. Maybe you can see my foot better. Or I may do it on the right foot too as well. So if you're empathic, our nervous system a lot of times is very much challenged by things in the environment and different energies and stuff. So I'm going to spend a little time actually working on the central nervous system. So from the heel to right here is where you work your spine, and then the big toe is where the brain is, and the face, the mouth, the neck area. You work your thyroid area as well in here. So we're going to spend a little bit of time there. But what I'm going to do is, you all have seen me do this in other videos, do kind of some worm walk up the spine. Okay, let's get the stimulation for those nerves. Go back down here. I may come back and do a separate video for this as well. Just walking down here. I always recommend going up the spine about 3 times, but when you are really wanting to work on your central nervous system, especially being empathic, you know, you can actually do this a few times a day. Maybe about 5 times, you know, to do it, because you would need to do it a little extra than the average person. So, yeah, just going here. Okay, so we'll work the brain a little bit. This work here, I'm not going to get too technical, you know, with it. I'm just going to kind of put my knuckles here and kind of just work around here. Just work around a little bit here. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, if you're an empath, for sure, take time out, even if it is a few times a day, you know, to work on your central nervous system. That communications hub, you know, you need to send out the right signals, you know, to all the right areas in your body, support your overall well-being here. So, yeah. Okay, so enough of that right there. All right, so actually it's feeling a lot better. I am going to rub the top of my foot here, though. Let me position myself here. Yeah, so I'm going to do some rubbing, and it feels so much better. I'm telling you, it does. Being in that valley there. It's kind of be a little gentle, since I've been doing kind of some deepness there, but I'm still going to go just a little bit. It's like more gentle deep there, you know. So like I said, I'm just going with the, you know, just going with the guidance. But as I mentioned earlier, I've been noticing I have been spending a lot more time doing videos with more of the self, like I said, more of the self massage. So even though I do have still some tenderness, you know, this right here, and it feels good to rub in this area, so that, again, it's bringing the stimulation to work that circulation. And but I'm going to stop for the moment. I'm going to come over to my right foot here, and I'm actually going to I'm going to worm walk. I'm going to put a little bit of lotion here. Hardly get any there. Okay. Right. So, let's see here. I'll be right here in the ankle area there. Okay, I am going to go up the spine. Let's see here. Spine reflex. And as I'm doing this, I'm being present with how I need to facilitate the well-being for, for this particular foot here. And, actually it's interesting, I'm being guided to actually do some hand reflexology. So the right side of me is actually wanting me to come up the spine area in this way. So I'm going to just show this, demonstrate this. So just like on the foot here, where the spine is, going up the side here and into, the big toe area, it's pretty much the same on the hand. So start down here and start worm walking. And I'm going to work the brain here. So thumb pad here. So just kind of worm walk down. I told you this would be kind of just, freestyle, just however I'm guided to work on myself in the moment. So this is what's taking place here. I need to do more hand reflexology videos for you all as well. I do have some, but I can definitely create a few more. So I'm going to just spend time when we come here. Spend time here working in that area. So maybe. I can feel stimulation in my head. I was about to say in my brain. I guess it is, but do a little spinal walk again. And again, even for those who are empathic, if you can't get to your feet, then just use your hands, Calm your nervous system. Also, if you want to calm your nervous system, you can put your right hand on the top of your head and then press in the middle of your sternum or your breastbone and take a few deep breaths, and we'll do that now. About 3. So it just helps to calm the nervous system. Okay, now I can come back to working on my feet here. So okay, so diaphragm area here. Let me just give some rubbing here. Okay. Shift my body back here. Right. Do some deep breathing. Okay. All right. So I'm going to actually just work a little bit here as well. So I'm going to spend a little bit of time here working in the intestinal area, and let's do some dot to dot here. I always like to work this area even when there's not discomfort or anything going on with the bowels, so to speak. It's just that your intestinal tract is where your immune system, majority of your immune system is, and also in the intestinal area is where a lot of sickness and disease first set up, and the onset of colds and different things. And so if you can actually support your intestinal functioning, just with doing this, it's more energetic too. It's going to help you tremendously, help you to ward off, get out ahead, things taking place. So yeah, this is felt guided just to be here in this area here. So you can see me. I'm digging in too. I am digging in. So who knows why I'm actually digging in. Like I said, I'm not experiencing anything at this moment. I'm not constipated or, you know, got anything going on. But, you know, and since I've actually worked this area, I'm actually going to come over to my left foot. I feel now that I need to support my digestive system. And so I'm going to work the stomach a little bit. And the stomach is found on the left side. Let me block it off for you right here. So right under here is where you find the stomach. And as I share in other videos, you only want to work the stomach one way. Come here, come under like the fourth toe. Yeah. And then it's interesting because then it curves down to here. So let me show this a little bit better. So right here, okay, and just kind of make a C, like a little C hook. So you can see me, I'm going to work it. And I guess I have to turn, well, actually, because I have both hands, I can now actually just do it in that direction. So just work it here. Only work that stomach in one way, one direction, I should say. So this is where I'm walking here. Okay. Yeah, so since I'm back over here, I might as well work in this area too. Yeah, just supporting digestion. I'm going to drink some digestion tea a little bit later. It's one that I have, and I've actually featured it in other videos where it actually is for the central nervous system and digestive support. So, yeah, I'm definitely going to have I've worked my stomach. Now, I hope you all don't hear my stomach growl, but I feel it queuing up. Been working these areas here. So if you ever have any gastrointestinal issues going on or so, like I said, I'm not having that now, but still just like working these areas. It's always, like I said, good to work. But again, we've worked the stomach, and as I mentioned, just work it, you know, just work it in one direction. And even if you don't actually come down to do the C, you know, just work it there. Just work it right in there. And I have other videos too. So I have a playlist that you all can avail yourself to different, different videos. It's got a variety, you know, different ones. So, I'm just spending time here and coming back over here. Still a little tender, just a little bit. Let's rub it a little bit. But certainly not what it was. And really not enough for me even to really say much about. It's, you know, it's very faint. I would love for it obviously to be completely gone. However, I am okay with, you know, with how it is. It's fine. Okay, so back to my righty here, and so just working in between the toes. All of this supports your sinuses and everything. Right in here supports your eye functioning here. So kind of getting lotion and stuff under my nails. So let me take a moment just to put that out there. Okay. So yeah, so here you all just being with me. Ooh, need some more lotion on that heel there. See here. I guess I worked it out so much it started getting a little dry there. So support this here. But yeah, so I actually like coming on just doing this where you all can just see me organically, just, you know, in the moment, which, you know, typically my videos anyway, when I am, you know, doing them, is that I've either worked on myself or I'm, you know, starting to work on myself, and just bringing you all sort of the wisdom and knowledge and things of what I'm doing. But I'm actually kind of liking being able to actually allow you all to see me do an actual sort of session on myself, just even in kind of a freestyle, you know, much, you know, much like this one here. And I'm going to do a little bit of hand massage too. So it's good. I'm always showing my feet love, but I show my hands love too, but I mean like for you all. Just and I'll try not to break off in too much of a lesson. It's just sometimes it's hard to not say, here, this is what you're working on here, you know. So you can see here, I'm just doing some, you know, just some rubbing here. Really, massaging your wrist is really, really good. I really recommend that you, if you can, do that as much as possible. It relieves so much stress. And our bodies, believe it or not, are stressed in ways far beyond what we have awareness around. So yeah. I actually work on my sinus pads here. Like I said, the hand reflexology is much like the foot, you know, as well. The sinus pads are here. You can work on the eyes too, areas, but so I'm just gonna work there. And I'm really getting out ahead because I've been having, you know, environmental stuff that has challenged my sinuses lately, but I mean they're fine now, and I've done work, you know, on them, but it doesn't hurt to just show more love, you know. So okay, all right, so I believe I'm going to wrap this up now. Just kind of wind down here, and yeah, I'll show my adrenal glands and love here for closing out. So you can see that area right there, right underneath the ball of your foot. And working here, thymus gland, and also just give a little bit of love for thyroid well-being as well. Different charts have different points or so. So according to some charts, it may not be as accurate on a certain point, but so many areas they overlap. Like in here, it's esophagus, you know, as well. You know, trachea. Actually, I'm going to spend a little bit of time right in here. Yeah, right here. I'm glad I didn't close out as of yet, because, oh yeah, this right here, this definitely needs some attention. It's not sore or anything. It's just energetically I can feel it, that this is like the main event now, closing out. It's like, oh, I worked on all these other areas and I need this. And actually in this valley, I'm feeling just a little something. Like I said, I know that it has to do with the flooring and the shoes and everything. So, but just keep doing some deep breathing here. So I'm guided to spend a little bit more time just over here. Oh, but yeah, definitely needed this here. And just by me doing that, even what I was feeling here in the valley, so to speak, is not as, you know, as tender. Everything's kind of nervy. So you touch certain parts and it's radiating, you know, to other parts. I'll work a little on my liver here. Spend some time in the zone 5. Zone 5 is here. I feel it's broken into 3 different zones, or divided, I should say, not broken. Not broken up, divided. You know, zone 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And I like to work on the side too. So a lot of stuff can get caught up in that side. A lot of juicy stuff in there. I need to release some toxins, and yeah, we spend a little time over here. Oh, that's good. Okay. All right. Okay. So let me close this down here. Do some foot twist here. I'll do it to my other foot as well. So, okay. Move the energy. Move the energy down here. Done a lot of work here. And what's interesting, I may not even be done. I am for now, but you know, we shall see if I have to, you know, do some revisiting. So here, yeah, can't emphasize enough taking care of yourself. Here I am back working, trying to close it down, and another area calling me. But yeah, I'm gonna close this out because I have things coming up. And wow, been going here almost 45 minutes. So you all have been with me. If you're still with me here, you've been with me for quite some time here, and I hope you've gotten benefits for yourself in terms of, you know, doing some work on yourself in different areas that, you know, are calling to you. So let me just be present. Be present here. So before I close out, is there any other area that I need to give some quick attention to? Just being intentional here. No, I'm feeling complete. Okay, feeling complete. All right, thank you all for being in my session with me. And as always, if you want to secure a copy of I Touch Myself and I Like It, it's available on Amazon, but there will be a link in the description box. And yeah, definitely secure yourself a copy. That way you can work on yourself and be able to track what you're doing, and just support your overall well-being. And you have the opportunity to even work in the Wealth-flex-ology, and I'm going to do some more videos even you know, for that area specifically to help you all better maximize your time spent being intentional, you know, for that aspect. So I look forward to bringing you more tips soon, and more demonstrations, and really just session times that you can just be intentional to be with me during some of mine, and work on yourself as you feel guided. So as always, thanks again, and leave a comment or so below in terms of the benefits that you are receiving from these videos and from this experience here.